scored lots of points yesterday, did AKBUDAK in his first 3 matches, and then won a 5-2 match in the semis against Pashtam.
Red contact.
HUSEYNOV in the red for Azerbaijan. Incredibly intelligent wrestler, speaks 5 languages when he's not wrestling. Just quite an ambassador for the sport. Wrestling at 82 kilos.
He was down 6-0 against Björnberg Casiris in the second round. Came storming back in the last minute of the match to win 7-6. And just continued to keep the faith throughout the whole match and found a way to win it at the end. Like you said, very smart and calculated in that match.
Has a lot of momentum. He won a bronze medal in Tokyo, and he was talking about it to some of the UWW staff this week. After that Olympic bronze, his life really changed a ton. He was laughing before Tokyo. Maybe 2 out of 10 people knew about him in his home country of Azerbaijan, and now he rarely can go anywhere outside his home without somebody coming up congratulating him on his Olympic accomplishment. Really cool story. He even had a chance to meet the president of Azerbaijan, President Aliyev. Took the time to meet him and congratulate him on a one-on-one basis. It shows you how important the sport of wrestling is in so many of these countries, especially Greco-Roman. Early passivity points, so a chance for AKBUDAK to go to work. Parterre, 1-0 lead, halfway through, not quite halfway through. Period number 1.
And this is where yesterday AKBUDAK thrived on top, as he was able to lock and lift.
Trying to get into a position to lift HUSEYNOV. Slowly working his way up. HUSEYNOV turns and faces. This is a position for AKBUDAK near the edge, and he will throw, and I don't think he quite got him airborne for any type of turn. I think it's just going to be the 1-step out point.
I don't think he made enough of an attempt, although Turkey's going to challenge it for a proper throw. So he never took a risk with a back arch. He just kind of jammed HUSEYNOV off the mat. So I think that's the right call, and I think we're going to have a 1-1 match after this challenge.
So challenge coming in from Turkey. As our replay officials take a look, the Appeals Committee, and we'll take one look too.
Right here. If he goes full back arch here or he goes over top, I think he gets 2, but
you're right.
He didn't take the risk. And I think that's the right call. And, you know, early in the match, that's all right, but he had the opportunity with the passivity call to go down.
Why not take the risk there? He was in a pretty good position. Why not go all the way out on the edge where he was?
I think, I don't know. I think if you walk a guy with that kind of lift on the edge of the mat and you go full back arch, even if you land in danger, they're going to give you a proper throw because you're going to roll through. Tactically, I question his decision-making, but I also don't have an 82-kilogram guy up on my chest where I'm thinking about launching him over top of me.
A lot of things can happen. Slip, anything like that, as far as maybe trying to execute, but just did not look as if he was trying to make the big move. It's settled at 1, 3:27 and counting in the match, just a few seconds remaining in period number 1.
There's a different pace for our larger wrestlers when they get it here in the middle of the mat. 55 kilos, 62 kilos, they're running into each other and continuously moving their feet and fighting. As the wrestlers get a little bit bigger, we see more of just a heavy-handed fight.
2 wrestlers go to the corners tied at 1. Lost challenge, the point scored for HUSEYNOV, and he is hoping to get a chance to work top position of Parterre. As you get a good look at AKBUDAK, U23 in 2018, he took 10th at the World Championships. After HUSEYNOV had his World Championship runner-up in Nur Sultan, he started to think about the Olympics, and he really wanted to go up a weight. He wanted to bounce up to 87 in Tokyo, but the Federation And Azerbaijan kept suggesting that he try 77, so he used the early part of last year to get his weight under control. He was able actually to get down to 78, and that's when COVID hit, and everything shut down. And then it's tough to keep that weight down when you're naturally a bigger guy. And he started to hit up on the kilos, and by September of 2020, he was in around 90 to 91 kilos. And again, the federation suggested him to go down to 77. So he had to start the whole cycle again. In fact, Bulgaria, the last chance qualifier, he competed below 80 for the first time since 2014. So that just made the Olympic bronze so much more special for him, considering the sacrifice he made for Azerbaijan.
I think there was a lot of us that had that COVID-15 as we were in our homes and not able to do the things that we typically do. I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Huseynov's going to get a chance to go on top, gets the point. Remember, his first point was a lost challenge, so he gets his passivity point. Now he gets his opportunity. Let's see if he makes the most of it on AKBUDAK underneath. Maybe thinking of a reverse grip possibility here. Fights off the hand, gets it buried underneath the midsection. He then had it slip away. Still goes back to the reverse. He'll get a second crack at it. Turkey wants a whistle. What are they waiting for? As you can hear their corner making some noise, and there is the whistle.
Right, and they gave him a lot of time up there, and AKBUDAK had his arm back in the Casides match. They called that for caution in 2. Same type of situation.
Good point.
So again, that's that situation where it's the perception of the ref, and it all depends on who we have.
So the Azeri with a 1-point lead halfway through the final period. The gold medal on the line at 82 kilos.
Nice hand fight position there by HUSEYNOV. Snapping and pushing and pulling. Just breaking control for that brief moment when pushes and pulls and doesn't just keep the constant forward pressure, keeping AKBUDAK guessing.
AKBUDAK just gets tossed aside, trying to dig in any type of underhook. Right now, though, HUSEYNOV with his defense and a minute to go. This is when you start to test the endurance a little bit. You see the perspiration, the sweat building on HUSEYNOV. They're both working hard. They both appear to have plenty in the tank as well.
Right, and they blew the whistle there. HUSEYNOV came over the top of the head and had not an illegal front headlock, but a questionable front headlock as he was going across the throat of AKBUDAK.
Turkey, can they rally and find a way to get the gold medal? It would be the first world gold for AKBUDAK. Both wrestlers looking for their first world gold. HUSEYNOV has been so close. 17 seconds and counting. And this might be the start and the finish of quite a 3-month run for Azerbaijan's Rafig HUSEYNOV. What a run. One last shot attempt by AKBUDAK, not in the cards. A bronze in Tokyo, a gold in Oslo for Rafig HUSEYNOV and Azerbaijan.
Definitely an athlete that you root for when you know the story about who he is as a human being. Congratulations to Azerbaijan and Rafig HUSEYNOV.